On Transylvania today. Figured I'd make a shorter hunting video this time. Trying for shorter this time. Just sort of to go over some of the events that happened on the last live stream. So if you don't want to sit through 3 hours of Way of the Hunter Pumplewood gameplay, I'll try and just summarize a little bit because it was sort of a science live stream, but I didn't actually make too many breakthroughs or anything, but it's still good to sort of summarize it. And I also got this this master trophy right here, this lovely guy. Thought he'd go well here. Probably about as low as fitness as you get. I think he's about 11%, and then up against one of the higher fitness ones. That's another thing that needs to be scienced out. There is such things as single-digit low-fitness animals, but not all of them do actually go into the single digits. I think most of them don't drop below 10. But so that's something that needs to be scienced out. If you ever get single-digit low-fitness, then it's definitely a very rare animal indeed. But it does appear that the range is between 10% and 99.9% for a lot of animals, but some of them do go below that 10%. I've never seen a single-digit red deer, so I think 10%, 11% like this is about as low as they go, I believe. But the challenge is out there for sure to get a single-digit red deer. Plotting a course now for a mouflon hunt. I never do any mouflon hunting really. Now my Transylvania map is quite sad. I actually did have more uncovered, like down in the grasslands and things like that, and more in the gutter. But there was a time when I was hunting Transylvania, and that's when my save had a problem and it set me back. But Transylvania is my least hunted map. As you can see, blackness everywhere. I always end up going to the same spots over and over again. But there was a while ago when I was taking suggestions for hunts, and I should actually go back to them, because one of them was, I think it was up this river. The other one was down this road here, and I only ever made it up this far. But yeah, still lots to hunt in the game. So we're just going to go up to Haley's house here and surprise these mouflon. These guys always bug me when I pop into this cabin. And they're usually right there to the drink zone to the south. And I always end up spooking them before I can really see them. And of course the wind's going right at that direction. So that's super. Yeah, there they are. Just as expected. Just take a quick look to see if there's any... Actually, what I'm going to do... See, they're all young and everything. I might reset these guys. And just hunt them anyways. Well, if it's just the three there, they're already pretty young anyways. Since there's no collar for these animals, I've sort of decided that... when the animals don't have a collar, that my plan of action is to age manage them instead of fitness manage them, which basically means harvest all the males in the one single year, so you know what age they all are, and just kind of mark it down. Since you can't really do too much fitness managing on them. You can by hunting the 1-star matures, but it's not very efficient. The animals with the low-fit collar is far more efficient to do it, so I just find that, you know what, for the animals with no collars, you might as well just set them all back to the same age, and you come back and harvest them when they're as big as they can be. So, yeah, see, they just smelt me there. Alright, these guys have always been a thorn in my side trying to get them. I usually spook them when I try to... They're usually down by that water there, and you can't get over this little slope by the time you get here that spooks them. But they smelt me there, so that's not a big deal. We'll just plot another course going north into the mountains to find another squad to move on. So we got about a kilometer to travel up the road here. The next target's going to be this little happy little mouflon herd. And yeah, so about the live stream. Well, it started with Michael, the community manager, and they... Oh, hello there, chamois. I guess you're going to get away. We'll just let you go. I've hunted lots of chamois. We'll come back from another day. community manager confirmed that the herds indeed have leaders in them. So there is one animal in each herd that's designated as the leader. And, well, that's basically all the info we had. Now, this had already been discovered in the past, a good, 6 months ago or so. Because you can actually see this in action if you happen to wound, like mortally wound the leader, even though, like, just by accident, since no one ever really knows which one is assigned the leader. And if it's bleeding out, like they all run off, the herd runs off, but it runs slower, right, because it's wounded. And if it's like an artery shot or a flesh kill, they'll bed down sometimes, but it'll still be alive and take a while to bleed out. And if they're the leader, then what happens is all the herd runs off and leaves him behind. But once they settle down, they'll come back and regroup on him. So it sort of shows how the herd waypoints and movement works. So we did know that that's how it kind of functioned. However, we don't really know any details about it. Like, is it always a male that's the leader? Is it assigned to the highest fit animal or the oldest one? Can the females be leaders? Basically, we don't have any of that info. Now, the ones that I've seen, I've only seen it a few times where I've wounded one by accident. And, well, not really, well, trying to get them, but made a bad shot. They were all male, but that doesn't really come to any sort of conclusive results there, since I'm always targeting males, right? So and the only time I discover it is when I hit one. So we're not sure if females can be leaders or not. Like, maybe the game is just assigning the leadership role to just a random animal in the group. But the player base and sort of logic says that they should be going to like the oldest one or the highest fit one. But that is all not confirmed, so I thought I would give it a try and see if we could learn anything about it. Looks like this is... Oh, yeah, there they are there. I'm kind of back from the water, though. So on the live stream, I wanted to see if there was an effective way to isolate the leader. And the only way I know to do that is to try and split them all up. And if you spook them and they all go running all different directions, then you just have to watch them all and see which animal they regroup on. Which brings to another science point, how the spooking works, right? So I guess there was quite a bit of info that we went over. So what I did was I went up and I would drive into the middle of them and tried to disperse them in all different directions. Because most people were under the impression, including me, that when the animals are spooked, each animal takes its own little path on its own, like it doesn't care about the herd. Like, this one will run this way, this one will run this way, because you will see them go different directions and everything like that. But what I never really watched too carefully before was how long they run into different directions and how many actually do. But when you're trying to do it, you pretty much drive in the middle trying to disperse them all. But I found it actually very difficult. The animals actually still do flee as a herd a lot closer and more attached to each other than I thought they were doing. You can get one or two to really separate, but they don't separate for long, and then they come back to the herd. So it makes it really hard, because you need them all separated. Anyways, long story short, I'm not able to isolate and find out what the leader is very easily on these Mouflon. I don't really know any other way really to do it. But we need some way to figure out who the leader is really easy, to be able to, take a census on, are they all male or are they always high fit? Because it would be good if you could figure out which one the leader is. Then you would know maybe if it's high fit or whatnot, right? Because what if they're like this herd where there's a 1-star young and another 1-star young, and I think the other one's an adult, right? You would assume the 1-star adult's the leader. But maybe it's just the high fitness that gets the leader role. So in these situations where you don't know which one is high fit, if you could isolate the leader, then you would know right? That at least one of them's high fit, or which one is the highest, but this is all conjecture and stuff. Because for all we know, it's assigning just one of these random animals the leader role. And the leader pretty much just governs how the herd travels and its next waypoints and stuff like that. So that's kind of that rambling on that test. That was test number 1 we did, so I wasn't too successful on learning anything. Just that the spooking of the herd is more together than I thought it was. It's sort of, you will see them run out, of course, different spots, but they don't stay away from each other very long. And I can only ever get a couple of them to separate. You need them all to separate and then see, so you can see which one. Because what happens is 2 separates, but the other 4 or 5 are together. And almost always the leader's in that group, so you can't figure out which one out of the... Anyways, it's very difficult to do, so I don't think we're going to get much science on that. But that was kind of stage 1. The next one's got to do with game trails, but what we'll do is I'll try and hunt these guys now. I want to take all 3 males down. On the stream, I was also trying to figure out which day of the year is the oldest, or is not the oldest, which day of the year is the reset, so I don't know what day of the year I'm on right now. All I know is this day is not the first day. So I'm also trying to figure that out, because I need to start recording a calendar for Transylvania. Because I'm going to try to take down the 3 males, and just sort of reset this herd here, so I know their age. Even though they're kind of reset, I want them nice and even, so I know that they're all 1 year old next year. So that's what I'm going to do on these Mouflon, since I just find it more efficient to do it that way on select herds and just mark them. So yeah, and the next thing's about game trails, but we'll get that in a minute. What I've decided to do here is I'm going to take the first shot with a 223 and then follow up with the 300 as they run. I'm not going to get much opportunity to get them as they run. Well, maybe I will. Depends if they go for those trees or not. So we got that new 12 times scope on here, so we'll just use that for fun. We're gonna zero the rifles before the fun begins here. So 200 on the 223, and we're gonna go 300 on the 300. Maybe even 400. Let's crank it to 400 and just get the 0 all set. We're gonna have 3 shots. So have the 300 ready. Get the 223 out. And we will open fire here. We'll pick the one that's got a nice broadside. And none of them do. So we're going to wait a second here, because it is the 223. The quickest way to age reset a herd is, of course, with the Jeep or the UTV. Just run over the males. But you don't get any money that way. And it's not really hunting. So this is the other way I find that's the fastest on animals that you cannot call in. Just bring one of the big guns with you. Usually I bring the 338, but I'm just going to do it a little different with the 300. Now they're all quartering in. This guy's broadside. 0 down to 150. And we'll put a shot in there and see if we can switch quick to another rifle. Switch out. So that was a good hit. You're going to the left. Can we get any shots to land? Oh, that one missed. Where's the other male? Oh, he's back here, is he? Or no? I only seen the one male go that way. Well, so much for that plan. And they did take off that way. The spooking's kind of interesting too. See, I'm shooting from this way, so you figured they'd spook off this way. I was planning on having a nice visual on them as they ran, but they went this way. So I don't quite understand how that works either. If it's just like in a random kind of cone direction. So, or maybe they just spook in the direction that the leader's facing at the time of the shot. I don't know. All these questions. They went this way though, so I might not be able to reset these guys because I'd have to find them again. And they're going into the trees. Well, let's get the UTV and go track down that one anyways. So yeah, the other science was on game trails, because it sort of blends into how the animals move around the map, of course. Well, it's a very important part about how they move around the map. And so, you know, going on with how the leader sets their waypoints and stuff like that, I was sort of wanting to take a more in-depth look at the game trails. And well, didn't learn too much there, but it's good to get it on the video there. But I'll show you what I did actually. We were down at this. Oh, I gotta mark this red deer group actually, because I kind of. It was my testing group. I didn't actually mark it. It was this guy? Yeah, this guy here. So I was using these 4 zones to try and figure out the game trails. Because we have the 4 zones, right? We have an often and a rare rest and an often and rare feed zone. But each one has game trail going to each one, right? So as an example, this is their often rest zone and this is their often eating zone. So there will be a game trail that goes directly there, right? But there will also be a game trail going from the often rest zone down to the rare feed, right? And then there will also be, on occasion when they go to the rare rest zone, there will be a game trail from the rare rest zone to the often feed. And then there's that one other scenario which I was curious about. I was kind of wondering if the rare to rare trail actually exists, and it does. So that was one thing I was curious about, because it's about 80% chance that they would go to the often zone from my observation. So 20% that they'd be here, 50 or 80% here. And so most often the animals would be using, so this trail, often to often, would be the most common, of course. But they would also be using often to rare here as well. And then they'd also be using rare to often, right? So this is the most common trail, and then these two are their secondary one. But there's one trail that would not be used very often as well, at all, and it's the rare zone to the rare zone. Because I think it's very unlikely that they actually would be at a rare zone and then travel to their next rare zone, right? Get 2 rares in a row. But that can certainly happen, because it's actually, if you kind of do the math on it, using the 80% and 20% sort of thing, 10% of the time they would actually use this path. They would go rare to rare, so something like that. But I was wondering if it even existed, since they wouldn't use it very much, but it does. So there is a rare zone that comes down to this one. And something interesting on this zone here is it actually went and merged with this one. So the game trails do merge together, and they merge a bit earlier than you would think. So the other science on it was a lot of these things are not straight lines as well. I figured that the game would just be putting straight lines, pretty much the quickest path to each zone, and then the game would mark that, right? The animals would go as quick as they can to the zone, around any kind of hills or stuff that they can't do, but it'd be fairly straight. However, I have encountered a bit with this herd, but this one's not an extreme example. But I have heard, I've seen scenarios like, so they're coming from this one going to here, but the game trail's like this. So they'll be coming that direction, then they'll go up here, then over, and then they'll do this, and then come around like this. So I thought that was interesting, because you can find game trails like this, because you'll be sitting on this feed zone, and then looking to the east, waiting for them, like watching for them to come this way, and you'll have animals come from a different direction, and you're like, hey, what's going on? So I think some of this created a bit of uncertainty in the community, since the animals also weren't coming from the direction people thought. But what it is well, my assumption is these game trails are actually handcrafted. Like the developers come in with a brush tool or their little assign tool, and they actually hand do all these zones. I don't know, of course, if they actually do that or not, but I would find it very odd that if the computer made like a trail like this, right? Like the actual animal AI. So it looks to me like it's like they actually handcraft these trails. So it has lots of sort of implications for it, because if they ever get around to putting like hunting blinds or anything in there, this knowledge would be really good, especially if you knew which zone was their which trail was their often to often, because you can park like a blind right in the middle of the trail. And even though it's still probably more effective to hunt on the nodes themselves, there is another scenario that it might help, because since the trails do merge, this one could do something like this, right? You go like this, and then come down and merge with this one. And then you could put a blind right here, right where the trails merge, because it doesn't matter which rest zone they're at. Instead of guessing, you know, which one, it'd normally be this one, right? But you would know that in all scenarios they would always be here every single day, because they would have to merge on these two. So you could put it like a blind here, and it would actually be a better spot to hunt than the zones. So there is some sort of neatness that you can sort of get to it. That is, if they ever really get something to, you know, in the game where we can put it. I'm really hoping they get the equipment in here sometime, because wouldn't that be nice if we could start putting equipment around? Because not only to use the equipment, but it could also mark things like that. Like I would have like a hunting blind right here, and then I would know I have that blind there because it's at a nice high traffic spot or something like that. And then you can also have, I also had roe deer. I don't actually see them. Oh yeah, these guys or something like that. They're probably not a good example. I might not actually have them on here. But I've also had roe deer trail go like this through them, like through their game trails, and then like through like this or so. And then that can also be another high traffic spot for red deer and roe deer, right where they intersect. So it's kind of neat, you know, some interesting stuff that could come to the game maybe if we start ever getting, if they ever put equipment in here. But anyways, that's all my jibber jabber on that. That's what that's what I was doing on the live stream. Anyways, it wasn't that part wasn't the most exciting, because I was walking around and just marking the game trails and making and seeing where they go, and then I wanted to see how closely they followed them. And I sort of knew that they followed them really closely, but I wanted to do another test on it, and they do indeed. It looks like the leader. If you're watching them go down the game trail, then you can sort of figure out which one the leader is, because the leader's not always in the lead. The other animals can set their waypoints sort of within 30 meters of the leader, but they can also set them in front of them. So it's, you got to watch them for a while, and then you can sort of figure it out. But if you're watching the game trails, you can, because the leader will seem to reset his little waypoint to right on top of a game trail spot. So you'll see one of the males, and he will turn and go directly to the path and then stand on it and then sort of keep going. And then that is most likely the leader. So there is ways to sort of figure it out. If it's helpful to the player or not, who knows. I just find it interesting to see how they kind of make the game. And a lot of this is not confirmed. The only thing we did get confirmed was they indeed have leaders, which we kind of already knew. But we didn't get any other info at all. So we don't know if it's the oldest one or the highest fit one, or we don't even know. It might even be females might be able to be the leaders, right? So, which would make sense in or hyenas and stuff like that. Anyways, this guy, ooh, he got what's going on with your legs? So the 223 did an okay job there. I had a limited angle on the lung there, but did fine. Oh, he's low fit anyways. All right, so I should try. Oh, did I already clear out my waypoints? Oh, I did, because I was playing around. Well, they went that way, so I'll take a peek at them. This was not a successful attempt to manage these guys. Oh, I forgot all the rocks up here. It's like driving in the highlands in Africa. They should be around here somewhere, though. Okay, there's another Mouflon herd that should be at one of these lakes up here. So I'm going to come back to this one and get them at their rest time. I'll do another attempt on them since there's 2 males left. And so I will check out this one though, just because I don't like fast forwarding the day too much. I don't like wasting the days by sleeping through them in game. Only in real life do I waste the days and sleep through them. Not in the way of the hunter. The days are oh, there they go. Man, I've had no elevation. So that is the ones that I wanted. Okay, actually got them fleeing. One went to the right, one went to the left. Can I see where they stop? Yeah, they're There goes one. There they are there. No! Oh, they're merging together with that other herd. Alright. This is going to be difficult. I've got no approach on them. I need to get some height, and I got to see where they stop. Oh, they're over there. Yeah, they're all getting mixed together. Okay. One is there. One's going this way. Okay, one herd's here. I'll see if that's the one that I need, and the other one is kind of by themselves. Oh no, there's another one. Okay, they went up here some. Okay. I'll mark up here because I see where they ran. Alright. So we got a couple Mouflon herds here. They're getting kind of mixed together. Oh! Was this the one that I just marked here that ran that way? What just happened here? So there's an example of maybe the lead Mouflon went that way and that was the rest of them trying to catch up. Well, now they're just all scattered. Okay, I thought that was too many. That was too many Mouflon to be just one herd, right? Because this is a drink zone for a different one. Should be right here. Yeah. Well, I kind of spooked two of them together. Alright, let's just grab the zones. Now, what are the chances of me getting a UTV up here? Oh, maybe not. Down we go. I'm actually pushing forward. Got the gas on it. You can sort of make progress. Maybe, maybe go this way and come around. Oh dear. Alright, I made it up. Oh yeah, there's the point of interest. Now, I seen them run over here. I'm hunting them aggressively, but that's just my style some days when I'm not very patient. Let's see here. We can get some visual on them. Oh, look how steep this is. Oh, and there they go. Now, that is a different herd, though. So this must be that one from that drink zone I just had. We'll stock them with the UTV here. Okay. Oh, and another one's coming in. And more. Oh my goodness, they're everywhere. I'm not gonna be able to, I'm not gonna know which herd I'm hitting here. So this might be. See, these guys separated pretty well, but see how only two of them kind of went away? And then the leader's gonna be down here. Can I see where they go? Camera mode. Yeah, so the lead guy, he went off this direction towards this rock. So you're not going to be able to see it on the video very well. I'm pretty much watching 2 pixels move across the screen. Okay, they're going to be by those rocks, though. I think I lost sight of the one. Okay, that big clump over here. Yep, here. Bam, okay. So I'm going to get a little farther, or a little closer to the UTV. See if I can get spotting info on them. Okay, they should be in spotting range now. Is these, are they, if they're, both of them are young, then this is the, yeah. Oh no, there's a third one. There's only 3 males, right? Well. There isn't much point hitting this one if it's not the right one. Because I'm not going to have time to clear them all out. Alright, back to the other plan. What I'm going to do then is focus on the one that I already harvested one from, because I don't think this is them. Right? Was there a 4th one I didn't see? Anyways, I don't have any interest in age managing these ones because I'd have to take them all out for it to matter. And I won't be able to do that. And get the other one at the same time. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be sleeping to a rest time and taking another shot at that other group. Oh, jackals! Get out, I want to spot them. Is there any like really cool big jackal in here? Oh no, I only seen... They always surprise me how large they are. Oh, she's running this. What are you running this way for? So did most of them run that way, but the lead went this way? 2-star mature. No, now they're gonna go back this way again. Don't know what they're doing. Oh. There's one. A bunch of female. Is this their zone? World. They're hanging around an often Mouflon zone, I guess, to eat one. Not sure, female. One-star adult. Is 150 out? She looks tired or something. Right in the bushes. I figured I rarely ever hunt jackal, or I can never really find them. I'll try and make the shot through the bushes. Wait, where's that? Her? It's no point, really. Getting distracted here. It's supposed to be a short video, Bumble. It's already 30 minutes. What I'm doing, though, is actually scouting out their rest zones ahead of time before I sleep. Because I want to be able to be successful at this one. And if I see the zone ahead of time, figure out which one the often ones, I can plan the best approach so I don't spook them. There's lots of ways of playing Way of the Hunter. You can just roam around and shoot what you see, or you can strategically plan and target a herd and set up an ambush, which can also be fun. I find the Jeep handles these rocks a lot better. A little easier up here. Alright, so the rest zone's supposed to be around here somewhere. This is why I wanted to see it. Because if this is their often... Yeah, okay. So this is their often zone. Then the wind's going to be going that way. Basically, I don't think they're going to be over that ledge. That would be bad. But basically, I should... Because I have to come from... I have to be within 275 meters, right? I mean, I could just come down to this little turnaround spot and look up at them. So maybe we'll do that. Alright. So they should be at the rest zone at 3 o'clock. I will wait until it rolls over from 2 o'clock, and then I'll forward into the start of the hour at 3 and then come back up here. We'll just visit one of my favorite places. One of my favorite cabins, Mahaley's house. It probably has trophy spots in it. Yeah, look at that. You can mount them out right out front. Oh, that's a cool spot for them. Have them right outside here. I think they should do more of that. Have the mounts outside. That'd be cool. What do we got inside for them? There's one over the bed. Oh, there's a couple more. So 5 spots in total. There's something I definitely have to do is decorate the cabins. We should be able to put a rifle back up on here. Alright, rest time for Mouflons. Got my camouflage Jeep so they can't see me coming. I should be up here if my plan works, and it looks like it might not work. Did they not come to this rest zone? My plan is foiled. They went to the rare zone, didn't they? Well, not all plans work. It would be too predictable then. Right? They're not here. Oh well. I didn't actually look at the rare zone, so I don't actually know how to approach that one. Oh well, come on, Jeep, let's go find them here. This approach maybe will work. Are they not here either? Oh, yes they are. They're further back. Okay. Which way is the wind going? Oh, going right at me, and it's really light. Let's try and get what elevation I can. There's not much. Go over here. Okay, sneaky time. Gonna get up to this rock pretty much. Got some wolves nearby too. Alright, should be at a spot. Maybe I can just climb up on this little or smaller rock. Here they are. Okay, so there should be a couple of youngs, yeah. So we'll take them out. Or try to. Just so I know all their ages. Because maybe they're 1 year old, maybe they're 2, who knows. Where are these wolves? Is that them or is that rocks? Oh, that's rocks. Oh well. Not focused on the wolves any. Oh, they're right here. Right in front of me. Anything awesome? Ah, 1-star mature. There's a call out of there. Oh, they're gonna spook on the gunshot. Oh well. Focus on the primary goal. So we're gonna 2-2-3 the 1. Switch out to the 300. Let's check the ammo. Good. And we'll keep the range up. This one, switching to 2-2-3. And yeah, they really blend into those rocks. Okay, let's 2-2-3 this guy. Ah, you're gonna lay down. 2-2-3 this guy. Switching. I got my eyes on where he went. Or I thought I did. No, this is him here. Nope. Over top of him. I shouldn't have ranged that high then. Okay, they did spook. Let's watch to see where they go. I might be able to take another shot. That Mouflon or that wolf? I didn't come back up again out of this little area. So they both kind of ran that direction. Okay. You can see them come back up again. Alright, this guy is right here. Another 2-2-3 lung shot. Yep. Right, does that actually took up both lungs. 2-2-3. Awesome little gun. 51%, so that's fine. They're not high fit anyway, so this is okay to reset for sure. Age reset them, and then I see him go over there. I'll probably, since this is probably my last attempt at it, I'll probably go on foot. I don't see them, but they were hitting sort of this direction when I went over the hill, so I'm going to hit this elevation here. Oh, I think I spooked him. Yep, there goes the bubbles. Darn. I just wanted to get over this hill here. Oh, is it the wolves I spooked, though? Oh, it is the wolves I spooked. That looks like chamois. So where'd my Mouflon group go? Oh, that one just vanished. That is not proper render. Look, he just vanished. 300 meters? Okay. They gotta remove this 1 kilometer meter render distance that they advertise in a way. Because that's just... no. That's just no. Well, I could call the male if he comes out. No, there he is there. Alright, I might as well do that, because these are... Whoa! Never mind. 5-star chamois. Out of nowhere. And a 1-star. There you go, low fit. Big one. 250 meters, that's a weird distance. Let's go up to 200. And forget about the walls in the Mouflon. This is how we'll end the video. I seem to be getting 5 stars right at the end of my videos these days. It is definitely not planned. I'm just walking around and there it is. So this is why herd fitness, or the herd management just doesn't really matter that much, because I don't do enough herd management for it to matter that much. Should we do a challenging shot with a 223 or just smoke them with a 300? Yeah, I'm kind of short on time, so we're just gonna do the 300. We'll overdo it, make sure he goes down. 200. Quartering in, doesn't matter which way he's quartering actually. We just gotta make sure it lands in the torso. Hold breath. Don't like it. Hold breath. And down he goes. There was a 1-star I could take a shot at. Oh well. We'll let him go. We'll leave it at there. That's celebration enough. Alright, should be up here. What zone are we at anyways? We're at the resting often zone. Let's take a look at this guy. Whoa, look at the blood. It must be a spine shot. Yep. Ooh, that hit high. I must have lifted up right at the end. I think I had it zeroed, right? Oh well. Did the job. Glad I didn't hit it with the 223 there. Almost flushed him in a single go too. Well, dropped him there. 86%. So he's just right at his last year there. He just barely made the 5 stars. There you go, 468. He's a baby 5-star. But you know what? 5-star nonetheless. Taxidermy. Here we go. Mahaley can have him. Let's see now. Where's my mouse cursor? There it is. What do we got? We got a couple chamois choices. Chamois head. Yep. Chamois calm. Oh, look. It's got to be that one. Because he'll be greeting people as they come in. There. 200 gold doubloons. Boom. There. He will welcome you to Mahaley's house. So there, that classifies as a short Bumblebee Wave the Hunter video. It's under 45 minutes. Under 45 minutes, that's the definition of short YouTube video, right? That's what I'm going with. On Bumblebee's channel anyways, 45 minutes. And under is a short video. So, anyways, hopefully some of that was interesting. I know it was a bunch of science rambling and everything like that, but that's just what I do in the channel. So, hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Happy hunting, everybody, and see you next time.